Harry, this is Lord Potato. And this is, well, what if Naruto, let me take that again. What if Naruto is the reincarnation of 3 webtoon characters? Part 7, and yes, this has actually been, like, I would say longest series before I ended off or something. But this is not the part to end it off because I actually want to do it when it's part 8. But other than that, let me say, subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic What Ifs, and Obito What Ifs. Links will be in the description. My second channel will also be there. And blah, 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 blah. Let me begin. No recaps, because I did this, what if, 4 days ago? 6 days ago? Somewhere around there, I don't remember. But, I also want to say one thing. I am going to do part, what was it, part 5 or, wait, part 5 for What If Naruto ate, well, 2 devil fruits and was neglected and ate 2 devil fruits. Yeah, I'm gonna do part 5 for that. Just, wait. But, other than that, I'm going to finish that series probably in part 5. Probably part 6 or part 5. Around there. But, other than that, yeah, I'm going to do part 5. But first, I'm going to go through this What If was part 7. But, let me begin. So, after Naruto kind of training with the Biju power, he was attacked by Jiraiya because Jiraiya thought that the Nine Tails was left free. Of course, this is where we begin there. Jiraiya says, "I see, Nine Tails. I will steal you back again." This is where Naruto saying, "Who the hell is this guy?" This is where Naruto blocks an attack from Jiraiya, a kick mostly, and Naruto blocked it with his own kick. This is where Naruto is right now fighting against Jiraiya. And of course, they're in the middle of the air. This is where Naruto says, triple re-taekwondo kick. If I can remember. Wait, he kind of, in mid-air, he says, third stance, witch hook. Or whatever it is, whatever. It's like a triple kick, which it hits Jiraiya like 3 times in the neck. And of course, I mean, it was one kick, like it was rapid. And of course, this is where Jiraiya was kind of flying in midair 2 directions. And of course, Jiraiya was spinning way too much. And this is where, when Jiraiya managed to stabilize onto the ground, which he managed to land down on the ground, this is where Naruto says, no sword style to, wait. I've been saying it wrong. It's, not no sword style, it's called, what's called bare hand, slices. Which he just slashes twice with his bare hands, going into an X motion, like one into, well, kind of like vertical angle parallel, while the other one being the other way. And of course, this is where an X, and Jiraiya's like chest appeared with blood, and Jiraiya was white in his eyes. There was no blade or anything on Naruto, but he managed to cut him. This is where Jiraiya says, "It must be the Nine Tails." Naruto goes up to Jiraiya at blinding speed, and this is where Naruto says, "Twin." This is where Naruto says, more the original. This is where, Naruto says, "More the original. Twin Blue Dragon Kick." This is where Jiraiya had to block the attack. This is where there was no way but having to block it. With an Earth style, he does Earth Wall. But the Blue Dragon just smashed through, kicks Jiraiya in the head, and Jiraiya goes flying through so many fucking trees. Boom, boom, boom. This is where Jiraiya just smashes into like pillar of, well, just the ground. Not a pillar, but mostly just like a wall. This is where he's like, "Ugh, damn, this kid is strong." This is where Naruto, it's just been taijutsu. Of course, his leg was hurting a little bit, but then got regen really fast, because Kurama, he's not confused like the last time. He was kind of confused and stuck in the fact that the nightmare power did break through the cage. That's why his leg wasn't being healed fast enough. Because I remember someone asking me, and why Naruto didn't heal faster when he uses the, well, original Blue Dragon Kick. It's because Naruto hasn't got used to it, you fucking moron. But, not the point. Naruto hasn't actually used the Blue Dragon. He used it a couple times, but he really doesn't get used to it that much. So yeah, of course, of the recoil. But, of course, this is where, he didn't also use a lucky coin to heal himself. That's the reason. It's not just the fact that Ethan can heal. It's because sometimes he uses the lucky coin to heal faster. So yeah, And also Morty Jim's what's it called, original like regeneration. Well, it does heal his leg, but not that fast. So yeah. So of course this is where, well, Naruto, he pulled out a lucky coin, he flipped it, he grabs it, it got regeneration, and he just put the regeneration on his leg to heal it. This is where Naruto gets ready for another fight with the old man, or whoever the hell this guy is. Jiraiya is right on the ground, kind of just like coughing up blood. This is where he never expected this kid to be this strong. Could it be the Nine Tails? No, he didn't feel any of the Nine Tails power. He was confused. He felt that blue dragon kick that had no chakra. It was all pure taijutsu. This is where Jiraiya is shocked to actually ever meet someone that's only using taijutsu and right now kicking his ass. He can actually think of one person that might kick his ass. That is either Mike, Mike Guy, or even Mike Guy's father, because, not Mike Guy's father, Mike Guy's father, meaning Mike Dai. Which, damn, great naming, not gonna lie. But of course, this is where, well, Mike Dai was the only one to actually open the 8 gates before, and managing to stop, well, cutting down the 7 swordsmen towards like 3 to 2 people. I don't remember how many, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Jiraiya is saying this kid is strong. If he doesn't have the Nine Tails power right now on him, then if this isn't the Nine Tails, is it the Nine Tails? No, it can't be. Naruto appears right in front of Jiraiya, punching him. This is where Jiraiya, he decided to try to block it with his arm, but this is where he felt the pain because Naruto wasn't holding back. This is where Naruto punches him in the arm. Jiraiya's arm just like break a little bit. Jiraiya says, this speed, this incredible power. This kid has been training, just like if he has been training his entire life. This is where Naruto, after punching him, he decides to back kick him, and this is where Jiraiya manages to dodge, and this is where Naruto says, Rikoya's kick. This is where he kicks the air, and the pressure of air hits Jiraiya. Jiraiya smashes into the wall. This is where Jiraiya says, damn it, summoning style. This is where he does by his thumb and does say, summoning style. This is where a toad appears. This is where the toad says, water style, water gun. This is where Naruto was about to get hit by the water gun until he pulls out his sword out of nowhere, the honor sword, and just cuts through that shit. This is where the toad was confused, and even Jiraiya. This is where Naruto rushes at Jiraiya with the sword, intending to just kill him because, well, he doesn't actually know about legendary Sanis, and doesn't actually give a fuck because he does have the personality of Ethan Gon. And I'm not gonna lie, if you attack Ethan Gon is going to attack you back in either strategy or just being the number one, what's called ranker. So yeah, also he doesn't like beggars. So Naruto is never that type of person to actually like beggars. Because, you know, in the webtoon, Ethan legit just hit a fucking beggar with a bag of money, giving him 9999 damage, but yeah. So of course he doesn't know if this man is about to beg him for life or mercy, or this person's going to kind of be some pedophile just like the snake bastard. Which Naruto's still angry about the snake bastard. So of course this is where Naruto is trying to kill Jiraiya with the sword, the honor sword. This is where Jiraiya says, damn it. This is where he goes through hand signs fast and says, fire style. This is where the toad says, toad oil. This is where they, the toad sent oil at Naruto, and Jiraiya had to send fire, because if he didn't, Naruto would kill him. He thinks that maybe this would be enough to stop Naruto from being able to hurt him. This is where Naruto sees the toad oil, and even the fire coming. This is where Naruto says, Kurama, I might need to use your power for a little bit. Kurama says, sure. This is where Naruto goes into a 5-tailed cloak, breaks, like, he punches the air. He, like, he, like, punches the air, sending a shockwave. And this is where the toad oil and fire was colliding together to become very powerful inferno. And this is where the fire gets pushed back. This is where Jiraiya and the toad just poofed away. He was like, see ya, Jiraiya, I'm good. This is where Jiraiya had to jump away. But this is where Naruto appeared right in front of him, already in the 5-tailed cloak, punching him in the gut. This is where Jiraiya goes, smashes down to the ground. This is where Naruto says, do you think I got him? This is where Jiraiya's coughing up blood. He's saying, okay, this kid is strong. This is where Naruto says, he's not dead? Okay, fine. This is where Naruto, he jumps down, still in the five-tailed cloak, as you mentioned. This is where Naruto says, Nightmare Power! Dark Coins! This is where he summons Dark Coins. And this is not normal Dark Coins. He says, Dark Coins Jackpot! This is where all of the machines, the slot machines, all hit, what's it called, 7777, all of them. And of course, it gave him so much power, the Nightmare Power, that he was right now pissed. I should also mention what the cloak now looks like. One side of the cloak looks blue, like it looks all fully the opposite of red. So it'd be like a bluish color. This is where one of Naruto's eyes in the other side is black instead of being just pure white, because you know when you're in the Nine Tails cloak, your eyes just turn what's it called when you're like in the Five Tails or whatever, and your skin does like get removed and all that, and you're just purely red and all that, and your eyes does become like white mostly. Well, and the other side is black because of the Nightmare Power, because it affects the opposite of you. So yeah, like the Nightmare Power affects you of like your evil side. Just like think of hatred Naruto, the opposite side of Naruto. So that would be like the Nightmare Power, but it'd be completely different because the Nightmare Power does not give a fuck about your emotions. The Nightmare Power wants to always take control of you to become the original. But the reason why Hardcore Leveling Player did not become like having himself another Nightmare Power, I think the reason why is because he was able to just have already the evil intentions with something or whatever. Think of it like what was that one guy? The guy with black hair but now had white hair in the season 2 because he defeated his Nightmare Power. Well, Nightmare Self. But yeah, I think that's how Ethan did it. I don't actually understand much, but yeah. Probably should read more, but yeah, I'll do it later. But of course, this is where, well, Naruto, that side, okay, so now the tails that you mentioned. One tail side that is red, like purely crimson red. One tail is actually just red in half, while the other side is blue. And the other two tails are blue. So of course, he's using the Nightmare Power in one side, just like in half. Kurama 50%. I'm using the like what's called 5-tail power, and also kind of having the Nightmare Power with him. This is where Naruto also kind of has, I should mention, he has like the coins behind him, and of course it did just like send his fucking stats to the sky, with Kurama's power also being up in there in the sky. And this is where Naruto says, "This is good enough." This is where Naruto says, "It's Gun Original." This is where Naruto makes up a skill that actually combines with Ethan, Morty, and even Bong's skill, and even Kurama's power in it. This is where Naruto says, Nightmare God Slayer! What's it called? Twin Dragon Black and Red. This is where, well, not what's it called. Let me think about this thing. Never mind, let me say that again. This is where it says, Nightmare Fox, what's it called? God Slayer Kick. This is where Naruto, like around his leg, becomes a fox. And of course, this fox becomes, well, how should I say, like black and, well, mostly like black and then kind of like, well, not black, blue and red. And of course, it's because of the Kurama's power kind of being mixed into it. And of course, this is where, well, the kick is because of Morty Jim's kind of always like kicking because of Re-Taekwondo. And of course, it's kind of the Gacha name because of, well, Naruto also using one of the thorns right now. He activated one of the thorns. And this is where, well, behind Naruto, one of the thorns is right now kind of glowing up. And this is where Naruto says, boom! He like smashes the ground, he like cracks it, and just disappears from Jiraiya's view. And this is where, well, we go into, well, the hospital. So, yeah, Jiraiya's right now saying, Sensei. This is where, Harusen is just there eating popcorn. Seeing Jiraiya's hurt really bad. This is where, well, Harusen says, told you idiots. Nom. What did you do to anyway to piss off Naruto? He's eating more popcorn. This is where Jiraiya is trying to lift up. He managed to get up and say, I thought he was controlling the Nine Tails. I thought the Nine Tails was controlling him. This is where Harusen says, I think he managed to control it without you. What a great godfather you are. This is where Jiraiya says, "Are you not afraid of maybe the Nine Tails controlling Naruto?" Nope. Why do you keep eating while I'm hurt really bad here? Because I know you're an idiot. He's eating more popcorn. This is where the Anbus are sweat dropping because they know about Hiruzen getting his ass kicked by Naruto, but a legendary Sannin getting his ass kicked by Naruto is scarier to them. Even though the Hokage is just old and not his prime, Jiraiya is somewhat still young enough and still he got his ass kicked. Which, yeah, but they know that they know that Jiraiya isn't actually the strongest. He's like the second strongest from the 3 legendary Sonnins. And actually, Orochimaru will be the strongest. Jiraiya will be the second strongest, and Tsunade will be the 3rd strongest. But yeah. But of course, this is where, well, they know that Orochimaru is dead because Orochimaru did get killed in an instant when he passed off Naruto, and Naruto had to go nightmare mode on his ass. But yeah, and well, Hiruzen says, like I said, what's it called? Jiraiya, I said this to you in the beginning. I told you not to go annoy Naruto, which I told you that he was training by himself and he didn't need anyone. He probably just need Gojo to kind of help in the little things because of Gojo's special eyes. But for you, I don't think he really cares. And from the looks of how much damage you are, he's probably already Kage level, not going to lie. And from the information I got from, well, you, he is already able to control 5 tails of the 9 tails and perfectly use it with his other abilities. Now, I don't really want to question what his abilities are, which I don't care, but you're an idiot. And I told you this before. Don't annoy him. But you did it anyway, so that's your fault. This is why I'm eating popcorn and just rubbing salt into your wounds. This is where Jiraiya says, "You're so mean." This is where salt started rubbing off what's it called, Hiruzen's side can, because he was eating salty popcorn and all that, like with butter and all that, and started rubbing salt into Jiraiya's wounds, and Jiraiya was running out screaming, saying, "Sensei, what the fuck is this torturing? I am not some kind of villain, a criminal, what the hell?" So this is where he's screaming, and of course he's screaming mostly like a little girl, and everyone is going, "Oh my." The nurses, the also doctor says, "Yeah, we're not dealing with that." Nope. But yeah. This is where, well, Jiraiya is screaming, but yeah. Now we go back into Naruto. This is where, well, Naruto, he had his leg really hurt really bad, but of course it's right now being Rochan. Of course, he's going to have to heal it really fast and start training again. But yeah, it took him actually 2 days to heal. And of course, Hawking, Kim, and even Umi and Raven were glaring at him for that stupid act. Because when they found Naruto, they found him kind of like hurting his leg. Like his leg was all kind of bruised, twisted a little bit because of the recoil. And of course, kind of burnt awesome. This is where Naruto was laughing and saying, "Oops, I'm sorry, I kind of overdid it, passes out." So of course they brought him to a hospital because they were actually training kind of near where Naruto sent Jiraiya. Yeah, where Naruto and Jiraiya were kind of fighting. But yeah, Gojo also found him, so of course they decided to bring him to a hospital, but yeah. So of course, Naruto is kind of laughing, but he's in the other side, far away from Jiraiya. And of course, kind of just eating some grapes that Umi, Hakin, and other, well, mostly Umi brought grapes. Well, she brought water and grapes. Raven brought other food, and yeah. They were kind of trying to heal him to full health so he wouldn't miss the tuning sense, but yeah. This is where Naruto says, "I'll be fine. You girls don't really need to feed me food." This is where Naruto was right now eating, well, had a spoon shoved up to his mouth so he can shut up. This is where it was mostly, what's it called, not Hawking, mostly Kim putting food into his mouth like a soup and all. And of course, this is where Naruto eats it and says, like I was saying, this is where Kim says, "Shut up, just heal right now." This is where Naruto says, "Fine." This is where, well, he's right now scared of all 4 of them, and is right now just terrified. This is where, well, they say, "You idiot, what the hell were you thinking? And who the hell were you even fighting?" Naruto says, "That's a good point. I have no fucking..." This is where Naruto couldn't cuss because, yeah, This is where Ken was still kind of making him eat the like soup. And Naruto, he didn't mind being kind of treated like a king. At the same time, he could eat by himself because it was mostly his leg that was hurt. But yeah, he doesn't know why they won't let him kind of eat it by himself because his arms aren't hurt. There might be a little bit burned from the Nine Tails cloak, but yeah. But other than that, Naruto's just leg is really hurt. And that move was really strong. Then it kind of hurt a legendary Sannin so bad that the legendary Sannin does not want to be anywhere near Naruto. Well, he still wants to go kind of try to like amends with the kid and trying to get on a good side with Naruto. But after that kick, he is kind of thinking about his life. It seems the kid is doing fine without him, and the kid can easily kick his ass. So he doesn't actually know what to do. This is where, well, Jiraiya is still really hurt. 2 days passed, and of course Jiraiya is still in the hospital. Yes, he is so hurt that he cannot do anything. This is where, well, Hiruzen always comes around just to kind of laugh at his wounds of how the great mighty Toad Sage just got his ass kicked by a 12-year-old boy. This is where, well, Jiraiya says, at least I wasn't the one getting my ass kicked before. Besides, he used a very powerful attack. This is where Hiruzen says, bitch, I'm old. I'm like 70 something. I'm probably like 80 or more. Shut the fuck up. You're 50 right now. You're the legendary Toad Sonic. You shouldn't be complaining the fuck right now. Jiraiya says, oh my, shut up. This is where Hiruzen says, no, I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep making fun of you because you should be the second strongest in the, what's it called, Sonics. Probably if Naruto ever did meet Tsunade, there would either be good buddies in a gambling casino or be terrible people by fighting each other every time. Or actually, Naruto has basically the same kind of personality as Tsunade, not gonna lie. I feel like they will get very, very good along. They would just get along pretty damn good. Hiruzen was saying to Jiraiya. Jiraiya says, wait. What do you mean gambling problem? Or I should have mentioned, Naruto has a very kind of, how should I say, a very addictive gambling problem. He can empty any casino out with his luck. And it's terrifying to see this because multiple people do not want Naruto anywhere near a casino. He can empty that bitch in a couple of seconds. And I'm not lying. He is terrifying. He has the greatest poker face. He is one of the greatest people playing in blackjack. He's one great fucking lucky little kid playing in the fucking slot machines. He's just godly in everything, which multiple casinos ban Naruto. Not because of, you know, what he has, the Nine Tails. No, not because of that. It's because he can empty casinos in just an instant. And of course, this is where other people are terrified when they want to start their own casino in the Leaf Village because of Naruto. Little reputation. So yeah. Think of Tsunade having the worst luck, but Naruto having the greatest luck. You realize Tsunade will be best friends with Naruto because how Naruto can just empty casinos out left and right. If they ever meet, you realize that probably Tsunade will come back to the Leaf Village just to sneak Naruto into the casinos to empty them out. And Tsunade and Naruto will not get in trouble because Tsunade, she's a legendary Sannin. At the same time, she will beat the shit out of anyone. Jiraiya says, that seems like the worst duel I ever heard. No. This is where Hiruzen says, then again, I would like to pass she said, not she. Hiruzen says, he said, then again, I would love to pass her the title for Kage. After the training exams, there's a good chance I'm gonna need you and Naruto to get Tsunade. Or I'll just ask Naruto. You're probably too hurt to even go see the tuning exams. So just ignore that little request now. This is Jiraiya says, but he's a Genin. This is where Hiruzen was a battle like. He walked out of the door, he come back in and says, but he kicked your ass and mine. I'm gonna put him probably to Jonin level. After the tuning exam, probably good chance I'm putting him up to Jonin level and making him go find Tsunade. But yeah, bye. This is where he closed the door and Jiraiya says, "You mother." He gets angry and yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to talk to Naruto because he's really hurt. So of course he summoned out a Toad, and of course managing to because his chakra is also fucked up. Thanks to the Nine Tails power, with the Nine Tails mixed in that kick managed to also affect Jiraiya's coils to kind of being at Genny level. So yeah, Jiraiya can only summon out a just small toad, an orange small toad. This is the orange toad says, huh? Oh, you must be the legendary Sunny. What do you need? This is where Jiraiya says, I was going to summon out another toad, but you would be good enough. I need you to send a message to a kid with red and black hair and ask him to go to the hospital. You're gonna probably have to look around the whole village to find this person. But if you can't, just come back or just go back to the Toad Summoning World. Yeah. This is where, well, what's it called? The orange toad is named Kamikichi, and of course he goes to look for Naruto, which he actually had better luck and found Naruto pretty easily. Naruto was kind of going back to his training spot because it's been kind of 2 days. And of course this is where Naruto sees an orange toad just jumping around. And this is where Naruto says, oh look, an orange toad. He's wearing clothes also. Oh, that's actually kind of adorable. He kind of follows the orange toad, and the orange toad says, hey, why you keep following me? Naruto says, I don't know, you look kind of, what's called amazing, and also you can talk. Very interesting. Are you some kind of summoning creature? This is where, well, Gamakichi says, of course, I am the great Gamakichi from the, what's called Toad Summoning. And I am here to look for a boy with red hair and black hair, which you kind of look like it. This is where Naruto says, oh really? Do you know the name of him? Of mine, or do you know the person's name? This is where Kamakichi said, if I can remember, Jiraiya said something about look for the kid and ask him if his name is Naruto. This is where Naruto looks, can't help you there. My name isn't Naruto, my name is Ethan Gon. This is where, oh, Kamakichi says, oh, I'm sorry about that. Then I'll be off on my way. This is where Naruto says, okay, bye. This is where, well, the fox said, you know damn well that your name was, well, Naruto, but you're really sticking with that name, Ethan Gon. You know it's a stupid name. This is where Hardcore and Leveling Warrior says, what the fuck you just said to me, you fucking stupid overgrown looking motherfucking fox? Shut the fuck up. That's a good ass name. This is where Kurama just says, like I will ever say it was a good ass name. It's a terrible ass name. Naruto would be much better. This is where Ethan is starting to fight against Kurama and Ethan right now arguing, while Morty and Bong are right now in like the sideline, kind of just seeing this and kind of laughing nervously. This is where, well, Ethan just says, shut the fuck up, you overgrown, over fox, shut the fuck up. This is where Kurama says, whatever. Hey Naruto, do you want to learn how to summon, what's called, summon a creature that isn't the toads? Naruto says, no thank you. This is where Kurama goes, but Naruto, I'm still inside of you. You can summon me. You can summon me into a battle. You can show all these pathetic weaklings that they don't have any chance against you. Naruto says, is there another way to summon, what's it called, another different type of animal? Kurama says, you know what, fine. What kind of animal do you want? Naruto's thinking, bunny. This is where Kurama says, no. This is where Naruto laughs and says, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Can I get the hand signs to actually just get a random summoning, or is there some kind of slot machine for that? Kurama says, you know what? Sure. He gives Naruto the hand signs like in his mind, and Naruto goes through the hand signs and says, reverse summoning. This is where he reverse summon into somewhere else. Think of it like Jiraiya when he kind of started trying to learn how to do summoning without a contract. Now, of course, Naruto was summoned into, well, not the toads, not Mount Miyaboku, Instead, he was summoned into a world where he was summoned in front of a kind of palace which had like marble pillars and all that, but someone was right in front of him, or should I say something, because this thing was bigger than the Nine Tails, and it probably even bigger than the Ten Tails. This is where Naruto says, "Holy shit!" This is where the person turns around and says, "What? A human?" This person, well, not person, creature, had a scar like on his eye, his right eye. Also, his right eye was kind of like milky, kind of white a little bit. Similar to that, like a Byakugan, but it was just pale white a little bit. And of course, this is where, well, his other eye showed to be slicked. Slicked, was called color of actually being rainbowish color. And this is where his scales, because this thing had scales, and had two, well, not two wings, had four wings and well, yeah, four wings in total. And of course, the scales were kind of like golden, silver, and a little bit of rainbowish color around it also. Well, not rainbowish color, mostly having black and white also around there. This is where Naruto says, "What the fuck did I just stumble upon?" This is where Kurama says, "What the hell?" That's where the creature says, "What?" He like roars a little bit, saying, "What is a human doing here in the dragon dimension?" Well, not dragon dimension, in the dragon summoning world. This is where Naruto says, dragon what?" This is where Kurama says, "You, unlucky or lucky, I can't tell. This is quite very lucky for people, but extremely unlucky for also you, because I don't know if this will actually accept you." This is where Naruto says, "Oh, I just want to kind of see what kind of animal I will be summoned into a world, because I don't actually have a contract, so I decided to learn from a giant fox how to summon into another world. I was just thinking whichever world I can go into, I don't mind whichever summoning creature I would get. I don't mind if it was an eagle, a falcon, anything. Like, I don't mind helping anything. So yeah, I guess I was unlucky or lucky to be here." This is where a dragon smirked and says, "Wow, I guess you gamble away your life and you managed to get here. Very interesting kid you are." Naruto says, "Thank you, I guess." This is where the dragon says, "You're pretty lucky to get here. Not many people can get into this dragon summoning, even if you reverse summon. It's a pretty damn low chance for you to even get here, because we dragons are, well, a mythical type of, well, summoning style. Well, summoning. And for you to be able to get here, it's pretty damn lucky for you. Pretty damn lucky." This is where Naruto says, "Oh, okay." This is where Dragon smiles and says, "So, can I get the name of my summoner?" This is where Naruto says, "Huh?" The dragon says, "Oh, you think that I'm going to ask you to do some kind of challenge? Well, I would have if you would have found the scroll, but you didn't find the scroll, and I feel like, what's it called? Someone else already brought the scroll a while ago. But that's not the point. Since you were lucky enough to actually summon here, I would actually want to know if you can summon me into the outside world. But that'll be your challenge. But if you can summon out another type of dragon, like either the light or dark dragon, I'll be interested also. But if you cannot summon me out of this world into your world, then our contract will be over. That is your little challenge." Naruto says, "Okay. So how am I gonna summon you if I don't have the contract?" "Oh, don't worry about that." He kind of roars, and this is where a medium-type dragon rushes like down from the sky and smashes down, well, not smashes down, kind of lands there softly and says, "My lord, do you need something?" This is where the dragon, the golden kind of lighter silver dragon, says, "I need the summoning contract." This is where the dragon says, "Ah, yes, I have it." This is where it kind of grabs it from its back and kind of gives it to the dragon god. And this is where, well, not dragon god, this dragon is called the dragon boss. And of course, he says, "Well, here." This is where he gives it to Naruto, like toss it down. Naruto does grab it, And of course, this is where Naruto, he opens it. He sees one name in particular. One name, and that's all. That's the only name that he sees. This name was called Kazaru Uzumaki. Naruto says, Uzumaki? Huh. Just like my last name. But that's not the point. This is where Naruto writes his name, Itengon. This is where Kurama says you should definitely give him Uzumaki to actually think of you as actually another Uzumaki. To make you trust him, to be trusted more. This is where Naruto says, you know what, fuck you, Kurama, fine. This is where Kurama says, yes. This is where, this is where Ethan says, why do you want him to add Uzumaki? Don't worry about it. You will understand soon why these dragons are feared so much into, multiple worlds. This is where Ethan says, why? Do you fear him also? Of course not. That dragon does look big as fuck. I feel like you fear him. Okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Ethan says, shut the fuck up. I know you fear him more. This is where Kurama growls at. Ethan say, fuck you. This is where, Naruto signs it. And of course gives the scroll back to the other dragon. And the dragon reads it. Itengon Uzumaki. Interesting. So, your last name is Uzumaki. That's where, the dragon boss narrows his eyes and says, so you're an Uzumaki. I hope you can summon me outside the world. This is where Naruto says, how do I get outside the world? Reverse summon. Oh wait, that's easy? Okay. This is where Naruto goes to hand sign reverse summon. And this is where Naruto, he gets out. And this is where Naruto, he bites his thumb and goes to hand sign real fast to summon out the dragon boss. This is where Kurama decides to help Naruto and adding chakra. This is where Naruto, he goes into a kind of two-tailed cloak because Kurama did help him out. And this is where Naruto says, summoning style! Boom! This, I should also mention that he's kind of further away from, the village because he kind of wanted to learn how to do summoning. So, yeah. And, of course, what came out was, a dragon with silver and golden skin. His eyes being, one being rainbowish, the other one being milky white, but having a scar on it. And it's right now with his 4 wings and being the same height as well. Not even the same height, probably bigger than the 10 Tails itself. This is where he is taller than the clouds. This is where, he says, it seems that I've been summoned. So we think Gon Uzumaki, it seems that you summoned me out. This is where Naruto says, yeah. Naruto's getting tired because, holy shit, that did took a lot of fucking chakra than he ever thought. This is where, the dragon, the dragon boss said, so, now that you managed to pass my test, I will tell you my name and allow you to summon other dragons. The light and dark dragon will also be summoned because you managed to summon me out. This is where Naruto nodded. This is where the dragon says, my name is, this is where the dragon, he says, my name is, Zusu. This is where, Zusu just means Zeus in Japanese, but Zeus is also preferred to be, like, the supreme god. So, yeah, the supreme god of other gods, so yeah. So that's why I gave him this dragon to be named Zeus. So, it doesn't just mean that he is a lightning god, which he's not a lightning god, but he's a dragon. Now, of course, is where, Zusu says, that is my name. Itengon Uzumaki. This is where Naruto nodded. This is where Naruto says, interesting. So, do you know what I kind of summon you out with? This is where the dragon looks at him and says, from the cloak around you, I'm guessing you have one of the bee juice. That's why you were able to summon me. And from my guess, it's probably he helped you out to actually summon you out. But I can't tell which one you have. From the chakra and from how kind of dark and malicious it is not the Shikaku, it is not the Nibi, it's not the what's called the Sanbai, the Sandabai, not the Son Goku, not the Five Tails, Not the 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails, probably the 9 tails. Kurama, isn't it? This is where this is where Kurama says, "Wait, how the hell did they know my name?" This is where Naruto says, what? This is where, well, the dragon named Suzusu says, "You think I don't know about the tail beast? I live longer than the Sage of Sixth Path himself. So, of course I know about the little tail beasts that are running around here. And when I mean little, I mean they're tinier than me. Even the 10 tails itself is tinier than me. So if ever the 10 tails does come out and you're ever in need in the future to fight against it, just summon me out. And, well, I will help you kick his ass." This is where the Kurama's saying, okay, this guy's probably cocky. This is where the dragon gods, well, not dragon god, the dragon says, also, if the Nine Tails is saying I'm cocky, you damn well I'm cocky because I'm taller than you, little fox. I'll probably eat you right now. Kurama says, what the hell does he say? This is where Itan says, huh, he's probably telling the truth. This is where Kurama smacked Itan on the ground with one of his tails, but Itan managed to dodge and then kick, kind of like upper kick Kurama in the chin, saying, fuck you, fox! Ha! This is where the both Ethan and even the fox are fighting. So right now, because they're pissed at each other, because yeah. This is where the dragon says, but I must be leaving. Seeing that your chakra is being drained, you could die any soon, but I must be leaving now. Ethan going. This is where he poofed away, and Naruto says, wait a minute. Holy shit! He was about to fall down. Until this is where, well, he kind of decides to, what's it called? Bring out a lucky coin. Well, not bring out a lucky coin. He realized that he was about to fall down. Until he realized, wait, I can fly. What the hell am I doing? He flies. And of course, this is where he barely lands on the ground because he kind of flew a little bit. To land his spot down easier. The reason why he can fly is because, well, Ethan can also fly. He has an ability where he can fly. But yeah, this is where Naruto says, thank God. Thank God I didn't kill myself with that. This is where, well, Kurama says, good lucky kid. You could have easily died. This is where, well, Ethan says, ha, see, this is why my name will be Supreme more. Now fuck you, you fucking dragon fox. He gets hit by a tail, and this is where Kurama says, shut the fuck up. This is where Ethan says, I'm going to murder you. This is where Morty and Bong are kind of just there on the sideline. This is where, well, Morty says, okay, Naruto, I think we should continue yourself on training with Taijutsu, with, what's it called? The Ritaekwondo and other moves. But other than just training with just the Ritaekwondo, I think you should train with Bong's abilities. This is where Naruto nods and decides to train with Bong's abilities. While Ethan and Kurama are just fighting, Naruto's right now having total concentration, trying to make more orbs. Because he did learn how to do Biju orbs, because he uses the power of orbs from Bong, because Bong can summon orbs. Like, he makes orbs. If I can remember right, he can make 4 orbs in total, but he made them with Biju Bomb power, and of course exploded things. But yeah. Now Naruto is just learning how to use orbs in general to make them more powerful, but yeah. This is where, well, Naruto's learning how to do that, and also he's also using, well, the needle, the black needle. Now, he knows that he can stab himself with the black needle to get more power, because, yeah. Of course, there's other, like, not needles, but other weapons, because if I can remember right, the black needle and other weapons are named, or, is it a black needle? Wait, I think it's called Black Martian, because I think they're kind of named after months. Like, one I think was named Green May, or was it? I can't remember, but yeah. Like, I think they're named after months, if I can remember right. Yeah. I think so. I can't remember. But yeah, he's also learning how to use that one ability where he can actually make wings behind him. He can also use what's it called, the 3 thorns, but not that great, but yeah. Of course, after we go into a week, time skip now. This is where Naruto's ready to go into the Chunin exam. Now, Naruto changed his outfit from, well, the last outfit that he had was, well, Ethan's kind of outfit, to changing it to kind of look like, well, let me show you. So, we go into Naruto. What he is wearing, he's basically wearing what Bong is wearing when he was kind of, I forgot when he was battling, but when he had this outfit. When he had black pants, a brown belt, white kind of like t-shirt, whatever the hell it is, black leather jacket, and of course like brown shoes. So yeah. But of course Naruto's wearing that, and of course Naruto says, "Man, time to go into the Chunin exams." So of course he's going into the Chunin exams. Chunin exams looking like that. This is where, well, we go into, well, the final Chunin exams in the round. This is where Neji and everyone else is there. Umi is, well, up in the stands. Well, not Umi up in the stands. Hakken and Umi are right now on the ground, while Raven and Kim are right now up in the stands with, well, their sensei Gojo. This is where Gojo is smiling at them saying, "Don't worry, Naruto should probably be getting here." Naruto, he is right now on top of one of the buildings and looking down. Well, not buildings, on top of the Chunin exam stadium. And of course, he's looking down with his golden eyes glowing, like glittering into, well, his kind of coat, his kind of leather black coat. Now, I should mention one thing. His leather black coat does have a hood, and that's why it's kind of gleaming into the dark. His golden eyes. Because his eyes did change again because of Bong. He can change his eyes whichever color that he wants. Either from Ethan to Bong, or even, well, towards Morty's eyes. But yeah. Of course, he is kind of just looking down there. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto says, "Well, it's time for me to kind of show my greatest entrance." This is where the first match is Neji versus Naruto. Or, well, Neji versus Ethan going. Everyone else can go up to the stadium. This is where everyone's leaving. This is where Umi and Hakken gets nervous because they don't see Naruto. This is where, well, the proctor says, "Where is Naruto?" This is where Naruto jumps off of the, what's it called, like the roof of the stadium, and of course falls down. This is where Hiruzen sees this and it's like, This is where Naruto, before even like hitting his face to the ground, this is where wings spreads out from his back. Dark wings. This is where, well, there was actually two, and there were like, what's it called? So yeah, these two dark wings spreads from his back, so yeah. This is where Naruto, he smiles and of course lands on the ground with his wings. This is where Naruto says, "So, let's start this final Chunin exam, don't we?" This is where the Chunin proctor gets like scared but then sighs and says, "Yeah, let's start this." This is where, well, multiple people are impressed with the wings that Naruto has. This is where Umi, Umi, Hakken, Kim, and even, Raven. And even Hinata thinks Naruto as some kind of angel because of his wings, but of course like a dark angel or something. This is where, well, they all kind of fluster up, and this is where Gojo noticed it, which he smiles. This is where Gojo is kind of not like next to his team. He actually is kind of like sat next to Uncle and says, "So, wanna enjoy the show and see the Hugh get his ass kicked?" This is where Uncle says, "Of course, those prideful bastards are always so annoying." This is where Gojo and Uncle has been getting along in this 1 month, but yeah. This is where Kakashi has been, well, he looks dry like a freaking raisin. The reason why he's so dry is because he has never got to feel and read, well, his books. Because either Might Eyes takes him, Kurenai puts a Genjutsu and takes him, Asuma just ignores all of this but takes the books, because if he doesn't, then Kurenai will murder him. Or even Gojo takes him but doesn't burn him, instead gives him to Anko. And even if Kakashi goes up to Anko to ask for those books back, Gojo will be there kind of pushing him away from Anko. But yeah. Now, this is where Kakashi realized one thing. Gojo and Anko has been getting along really close with each other. This is where Kakashi thinks maybe he should definitely use this as blackmail. This is where he thinks a bit, and this is where, well, Kurenai already kind of sees this, and this is where she doesn't really mind Gojo kind of being close with Anko. Of course, she still thinks that they are still friends, but secretly Gojo and Anko has been, well, something more than just friends. So yeah, or more than just training partners. But yeah, this is where Gojo's smiling, saying, like, see who will win. This is where, well, Naruto sees the Hyuga, and of course is where Neji says, seems that I will have to fight you, because destiny has shown that I will be able to win. Naruto goes, ah. Are you done? That's where Neji says, I'm going to kill you. He rushes at Naruto with a palm strike and starts trying to attack Naruto multiple times. Naruto is dodging, saying, keep going. If you can hit me, you pathetic weakling. Naruto's easily dodging. Naruto can also fly up in the air and just like sitting up there. That's where Neji's saying, get back down here and fight me. That's where Naruto says, sure. After I beat your ass, I'm going to show that the Hyugas are pathetic. This is where Naruto is just taunting Neji. This is where Neji's getting pissed, but yeah. This is where Naruto smiles and says, but still, I'll show them that they're really pathetic. By just one move. This is where Naruto says, 5 bangs. This is where 5 bangs appear and sends him straight to Neji in incredible speed that it just hits Neji so hard with the attacks. The 5 attacks were collided into Neji, smashing him and crossed into the wall. This is where Naruto says, you give up now? This is where Neji says, I will not give up. He rushes at Naruto and tending to like hit him with the Hyuga like piercing attack. Naruto jumps back, makes the orb in like his hand, but this is where he shatters the orb because this orb is called black hole spear, and it becomes smaller like shards of it. And of course, every time Neji attacks it with like the Hyuga technique, 128 palm strike. This is where when he attacks Naruto multiple times, he can never hit Naruto, and every time he tried to hurt Naruto, he actually only hurt himself. Because those little shards were actually stabbing into him or mostly cutting him. This is where Neji's fingers were bleeding. This is where Naruto says, you give up now? This is where Neji says, no! He tries to head bump Naruto because he's pissed. Because he thought he would be able to win because he is a Hyuga pride, joy, blah blah blah. This is where Naruto dodges the attack and just back kicks Neji into the wall, smashing him into him. This is where Naruto says, like I said, don't be an idiot. Naruto's golden eyes are glittering into like the sky, like the sun is kind of hitting his golden eyes, and he's smiling at Eren. This is where everyone sees this, and mostly all the girls just fluster up because they never saw Naruto with golden eyes, and of course this is where everyone's going. This is where Gojo says, I should probably give him glasses so no girls can actually see his eyes. This is where Uncle says, that's so mean, Gojo. What happened if everyone wants to see his eyes? You can't just get rid of them from seeing his eyes. This is where Gojo says, why? Because you like seeing my eyes? This is where Uncle says, kinda. Don't be mean to me, Gojo. This is where Gojo just smiles and says, oh, I'm just kidding. This is where, Uncle and Gojo are kind of just flirting around, but yeah. This is where Kurenai is kind of with Ozma, and Ozma is just still smoking. He's like, damn, that kid is strong. This is where Hinata is saying, oh, Naruto, you'll be mine. She's kind of becoming a little bit psychotic, but yeah. But of course, this is where Naruto, he just like flies up and goes to his team and says, sup? This is where they say, Naruto, that was so cool. Or not Naruto, Iten, that was so cool. This is where all of them are just kind of screaming at Naruto, and Naruto's smiling, and yeah. This is where Kakashi says, so that is Minato's son. I'm sad he's not on my team. But my books! My books! No, my books! This is where, the next person is Sasuke versus, what's it called? Gaara. So Gaara and Sasuke start fighting, and this is where Gaara, he like gets pierces, and this is where Gaara goes insane and goes into the Shikaku, and this is where, Sasuke, he could not be able to fight against the Shikaku still, but of course this is where, I should also mention that multiple sand ninjas started attacking. This is where the Raikage, I should mention, is also there, just watching this. And when he saw the sand ninjas attack, and the Kazekage trying to attack, well, both not the Kazekage, both the Hokage and the Raikage, which they jump away. This is where, well, the Kazekage says, damn it, where's Orochimaru? This is where Naruto sees everyone. This is where Naruto, he sees like multiple sound and sand ninjas trying to attack him. This is where Naruto says, five bangs. This is where five bangs like shot from Naruto. And this is where it just pierces so many of them, it hits them on, killing them and murdering them easily. This is where Umi, Hakin, and Raven, and even Kim all gets ready. This is where, well, a girl jumps, well, four ninjas jumps in front of Naruto, while also being another one being there. And this is what the four sound ninjas and, well, what's it called, Kabuto. Well, not Kabuto, Kabuto's dead, but this is where, well, what's it called? They are still kind of doing the evasion because even though they didn't get word from Kabuto or even Orochimaru, they're still going to attack. So, Kidomaru is there to be the one to lead them. This is where Kim sees Tayuya and says, Tayuya. This is where Tayuya sees Kim and says, Kim. This is where the other says, oh, I see that bitch is right now in alliance with this, what's it called, Leaf Ninjas. This is where someone jumps in front and, well, not in front of them, just forward trying to like punch at, well, one who has multiple arms. And this is Fu who's actually fighting against that guy named Kidomaru. This is where Kidomaru is dodging the attack, but it's right now fighting against Fu. This is where Kimamaru, who tries to use his bones to shoot at, what's it called, well, at Fu, was about to shoot at her, until Naruto appeared, kicks his arm up in the air, and he shoots a bone up in the air. This is where he says, you damn bastard. Naruto backs kicks him, smashing him into, well, the ground. This is where the guy who has like two, well, is one but has two heads, tries to attack Naruto. Naruto sees him trying to attack, and Naruto says, Black Spirit Orb, smashes into the guy, destroying him in an instant. This is where the big guy tries to attack, well, Naruto, and this is where Tayuya was about to use her Genjutsu until Kim stops her by throwing a Senbon. This is where Kim says, please don't make me fight you. This is where Tayuya, she doesn't feel like she has the curse mark no more for some reason. It's like if the curse mark was destroyed when Naruto uses nightmare power. Which, yes, he did kind of destroy the curse mark. When he was in nightmare power, he didn't actually notice this, but he kind of did send what's called the nightmare power into Orochimaru when he was slicing him. And of course, making Orochimaru's tainted soul be actually removed from every other soul. Because the nightmare power is actually connected to kind of a god. If you want to kind of, well, mention that. It's kind of connected towards, well, Zero, a little bit. Yeah, it's connected to Zero, who actually, well, yeah, not Zero, mostly No Name. And No Name is Zero mostly, and of course is able to be, she's like some god daughter or whatever bullshit. But yeah. Which when Naruto sends the nightmare power into Orochimaru, he actually destroys all the curse marks and even Orochimaru's soul. Also killing Kabuto in the process. So of course this is where Tayuya, she doesn't have the curse mark. And of course the big guy tries to attack, well, Naruto. Still, this is where Naruto, he says, oh no you don't. Naruto, he says, red, what's it called? This is where Naruto, he, what's it called, didn't cut him. Instead, he says, a wave, 20-foot bong, a specialty, what's it called? Wave of explosion fist? Wait, let me see. Wave explosion 0, which when he hits the person, he exploded. This is where killing him in an instant. This is where Naruto rushes at Kidomaru. Or not Kidomaru, Kimamaru. And this is where, well, Fu was fighting against Kidomaru. And Kidomaru starts shooting arrows at, well, Fu. Of course, this is where Umi and Raven are right now helping Fu, sending darkness or even water style at her, at the other person. And this is where, well, Kim is actually being kind of protected with, what's it called? Well, Kim is being helped by Hawking. Hawking says, are you okay? This is where Kim says, yeah. This is where Tayuya says, what are you doing here? You bitch. Didn't I tell you to kind of stay in the Sound Village? This is where Kim says, why would have? You know what would have happened. This is where Tayuya sighs and says, I know. But where do we go anyway? I don't want to be here in the Leaf Village being, you know, Molested by any other guy. This is where Kim says, why don't you just... I don't know, but Naruto's a nice person, or Ethan Gon is a nice person. So why don't you just help us, please? Sir Tayuya says, fine. But I swear to God, if he's a perverted person, I swear to God, I'm punching him in the face. Sure. But he's really nice. This is where Naruto's right now fighting against, well, Kimimaro. Kimimaro is trying to shoot bones at Naruto. Naruto easily dodging attacks. But this is where Naruto says, Blue Trissa. This is where a blue shield appears, and this is where a demon right next to him says, I see, so you summoned me to help you block attacks. This is where Naruto says, yep. And this is where a blue horn appears on Naruto's head. This is where Naruto says, Red Trissa. This is where the other demon says, I see, you also summoned me. This is where they both have eyes. Of course, one is a shield, one is a kind of blade. And of course, another red horn appears on Naruto's head with his wings still being there. And of course, Naruto, he blocks the bullets, mostly the bone bullets, and rushes at Kimimaro, slicing the man instantly. This is where Kimimaro widens his eyes, thinking his bones would be enough to kind of protect him, but right now he was sliced in half and he was dying. He was like, I guess I'm done. He dies. But yeah. This is where Tayuya and the others started kind of helping the Leaf Ninjas, kind of fighting against Sound Ninjas, and of course the Sand Ninjas. Of course, this is where Cloud Ninjas were also helping, well, the Leaf Ninjas to fight against the other kind of ninjas, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, the Raikage and the Hokage is right now teaming up against the, what's it called, Kazekage, and fighting him and kicking his ass. But yeah, this is where the Kazekage says, I won't lose. Sand style. Sand, what's it called, Golden Sand Barrier. This is where a barrier happens around the Hokage and Kazekage. Or not Kazekage, the Raikage. And this is where the Raikage says, lightning style, lightning armor piercing. He pierces through the golden sand, appear right into the Kazekage, punching him in the face. The Kazekage had to let go of the golden sand barrier, and this is where the Hokage is out of there. This is where, well, the Shikaku's going on a rampage, saying, yeah, I'm about to destroy all of you. This is where Naruto says, oh, that's a Shikaku, isn't he? Yep. This is where Kurama says, you know, you should let me out and fight him. This is where Naruto says, nah. This is where Kurama says, what do you mean? You're gonna help me out, right? Naruto says, you're gonna help me out summon out a dragon, right? This is where Kurama says, wait a minute. I don't think we should do that. This is where a, what's it called, Toad appear to fight against the Shikaku, because Sasuke will not be strong enough to fight him. And of course, Gojo and Anko, as I mentioned, are right now defeating ninjas left and right. They're kind of dancing while doing it. This is where Kurenai thinks it's cute, at the same time kind of weird. Dancing while killing people instantly. This is where Kakashi is right now just adoring people and easily killing them and say, out of my way. This is where he kills a sand ninja, well, what's it called, a sand ninja, and finds to make out love paradise. This is where he prays to the god and starts reading it. Before he even gets to read it, a kunai flies past and cuts it. This is where Kakashi turns around, sees multiple sand ninjas. This is where the sound ninja say, damn, I almost hit that Jonin in the head. This is where Kakashi goes in rage and says, why, you bastards! This is where he activates his Sharingan, well, he gets his, what's it called, he like puts up his headband up, showing his Sharingan, but the Sharingan is right now in the MS, and saying, I'm going to kill all of you! He rushes at the, what's it called, sound and just killing them, ripping them apart, beating the shit out of one of them with one of his partner's head. This is where Kakashi is now berserk, angry. This is where, well, Jiraiya is kind of trying to summon out Gamabunta, which he managed to, but of course Gamabunta says, you're too hurt and there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to fight him. This is where, well, Jiraiya says, let's just try. This is where someone says, summon his style! Boom! This is where two dragons appear. Well, not two dragons, two beings appear. And yes, they are dragons, I just fucked up that sentence. So yeah, two dragons appear actually. One being white and having green eyes, while the other one being black and having red eyes. One is grinning, while the other one is kind of frowning. This is where Naruto summoned them both out. The light and dark dragon. The Dark Dragon says, "It seems it's been a while since I've seen the outside. I know that Susu did tell us that you'll be able to summon us. I didn't think you would be summoning us this early." This is where, well, the Light Dragon says, "It seems that I will have to fight one more time and have to kill whatever being are we gonna fight." This is where Naruto points. This is where both of them look at the Shikaku. The Shikaku widened his eyes. This is where Gamabunta widened his eyes to say, "Nope, I'm good. Whoever summoned those dragons, I'm good." This is where Jiraiya says, "What do you mean, He smashed himself into the ground, but yeah. This is where people are seeing this, and this is where Gojo says, "Interesting, my student already summoned a dragon." This is where Uncle says, "That's actually amazing. Your student's really good." This is where everyone is seeing this, and this is where the Killer Bee is saying, "Holy shit, that's a dragon!" Well, he says, "Holy shit, that's a dragon! My man, who ever summoned that dragon?" This is where you just punch him in the head and say, "Shut up and start rapping! That's a dragon, you idiot." Those are two dragons, actually. This is where the Dark Dragon smiles and says, "You can't be fucking serious. I'm having to fight a Shikaku, the One-Tails, the most pathetic one out of all the Bijus." You could have summoned out a fire dragon. You could have summoned out a water dragon. You could have summoned out any dragon to fight against that thing. This is where the Shikaku is kind of getting bullied by both the Light and Dark Dragon. And the Light Dragon saying, "I mean, you could have really summoned out anyone else to instead of fight this thing. But since we're out of here, we can't really complain. I guess we're going to have to kill the Shikaku." They're laughing at the Shikaku, and the Shikaku is kind of getting scared, but also getting furious. This is where Kurama says, "Come on, let me help. Come on, let me help. Come on, I want to get out. I want to beat the shit out of the Shikaku." This is where Naruto says, "Shut up." This is where, well, Naruto says, "Well, if you two don't mind in killing the Shikaku, or do you want to go against any of the other summoning that look like snakes? There's three-headed snakes still kind of roaming around the village." This is where the dragon says, "I feel like the Nine-Tails wants to try out and fight the Shikaku." "Go fuck off, you fucking Nine-Tails." Kurama saying, "I'm gonna fucking kill them." This is where the Light Dragon says, "Don't be mean, brother. Let's just let the Nine-Tails fight him." This is where Naruto sighs, and this is where he summoned out Kurama. Kurama says, "Shikaku, I'm going to eat you and rip you apart." This is where Shikaku's gulp and say, "Oh, hey, Kurama. I'm just going to leave. There's two dragons. I'm here." This is where Kurama grabs him and starts ripping him around, kind of just shredding him around. Shikaku's like, "Help! Help!" This is where the Kazekage is shocked to see the Nine-Tails, also the Raikage, and, well, what's it called? Well, Horusen's not that shocked. He's saying, "Well, there's Naruto being able to summon two dragons and the Nine-Tails. Interesting." This is where the Kazekage says, "Is it too late to say?" Well, he says, "Is it really too late to say sorry? I'm actually wanting to, give up." This is where Horusen says, "It is kind of too late. And besides, our peace treaty is over and you fucked up." This is where the Kazekage says, "I will still defeat you. Sand-style, sand-piercing, bullets." This is where, well, multiple bullets appear made out of golden sand, trying to hit, what's it called? Horusen and what's it called? Raikage. But when they hit the Raikage, he had lightning armor, so of course it didn't affect him. Horusen just smacked him back towards the Kazekage, with the Kazekage having to make a golden sand barrier. But this is where the Raikage says, "Lancelot," or not Lancelot, Lancent, or whatever it's called, hits the Raikage in the neck and smash him into multiple buildings. The Kazekage is knocked out for the count. So yeah. This is where, well, the Raikage says, "Interesting. I'm guessing that kid is a prodigy." No, he's not even a prodigy. This is where the Raikage says, "Wait, what?" He's actually called Ethan Gon, the kid that can empty any casino out because of his goddamn luck. This is where the Raikage says, "Wait, what?" Yeah. This is where Zabuza's right now killing multiple sound and sandwiches, trying to, well, get them away from anywhere near Hawking, and even Haku's trying to protect his younger sister. So yeah. So it's very interesting. Yeah. This is where the Raikage says, "I should probably help my people defeat some of the sound and ninjas." and also help you. Besides, I'm thinking of an alliance here. The Hokage smiles and says, I guess you're gonna have to talk to the new Hokage when I get her. This is where Hokage says, who? You will get to know soon later. This is where we go into a time skip of 3 days past. And of course, Naruto is in the office right now, just chilling. He's sleeping. As it were, well, his teammates who are, well, kind of grow to an extent that Horusa never thought that was actually going to grow to be bigger than just 3 people. So the original 3 people for what's it called, Team 13 or Team 21 actually was Team 21 Dragon, I think that's what I name it, or whatever I name this team again. Um, was 3 people like Ethan Gon, Raven, and Umi, but now it's Umi, Raven, Kim, Hawking, Fu, and Naruto. Naruto just sleeping on the couch and just Gojo. He is right now just looking at Harusen, kind of smiling, waving at him. And so where, well, the Kunoichis are right now just bowing down to the Hokage and kind of just smiling also. This is where, well, Horusen says, okay, since all of you shown pretty good skills, I will all put you into different ranks. Umi, since, well, you weren't shown to be, well, what's it called, into a fight because of the fact that, well, the invasion happened, you were still shown to be pretty good when you were helping your ninja, your fellow shinobis and kunoichis. So you will be tuning. Hawking, you will also be tuning because of how you protected others with your ice ability. That's where Hawking smiles and he says, thank you, Hokage. This is where, well, what's it called? Raven, for even though you failed the preliminary rounds, you will still go into tuning for the fact you protected people with your darkness and kill anyone who tried to hurt your comrades. This is where Raven smiles, and this is where he looks at Fu and Kim and even Tayuya, because Tayuya was also there. For your actions and helping us, Fu, you do not need to go back to the what's it called, the waterfall village, since I see how they treat their Jinchuriki. And, well, we decide to stop an alliance with the Waterfall Village instead, and have an alliance with the Cloud Village instead. You will be promoted to Chunin. You do not need to go to the Waterfall Village. Kim and Tayuya, since you decide to, well, betray the Sound Village, or not really, mostly the Sound Village tried to betray Kim, and you, Tayuya, you are both going into, I guess, Chunin rank. This is where all of them smiles. This is where Naruto's sleeping. And this is where Horusen throws a book at Naruto to wake his ass up. And this is where Naruto, he just like grabs a book mid-sleep and kind of just throws it back and hits Horusen in the head. And Horusen says, oh, you little brat. Listen up, Ethan. This is where Naruto says, yeah, what do you want? For your, I guess, excellent work in summoning out 2 summoning creatures, well, not 2, 3 summoning creatures in total, and helping out the village, stopping out the Shikaku, stopping other snakes, stopping people, stopping this, and other things, you're promoted to Jonin. Naruto says, wait, what? This is where Gojo says, huh. I mean, I did see that going to happen, but I thought that would be later. This is where Harusen says, I'll talk to you later, Naruto, about, well, not Naruto, Ethan, about some things. Sure, why not? Just where, well, what's it called? Harusen says, all of you are dismissed now. So where, well, Naruto walks out with his team, and of course they're like right now congratulating Naruto, saying you done it, Naruto, and yada yada and that. And this is where Naruto says, thanks. I could have never done it without you girls. This is where they all kind of fluster up, even Tayuya. And this is where Naruto kind of says, but let's go get some food. And I'll make Gojo pay it. Gojo says, wait, what? Wait a minute. Naruto, why are you gonna make your Jonin sensei do it? This is where Naruto says, because I want to. Or are you going to decide to give us, what's it called, Kakashi's bank account and make him kind of pay for it? Gojo says, wait a minute. Just go to the restaurant. I'll be there in a couple seconds. This is where Kakashi's in his room reading his books, right now giggling like a perverted man, saying, yes, my quality time. Yes. This is where Gojo appears. This is where he doesn't see Kakashi anywhere. Actually, he did. He kind of used his eyes. He sees that Kakashi's in his kind of like closet trying to read his books, which Gojo doesn't really give a shit no more. This is where Kakashi, he knows that Gojo's there. He's hoping that Gojo doesn't see him. This is where Gojo finds, well, Kakashi's wallet. And because Kakashi didn't have it on him when he was reading his books because he's right out the closet. And this is where Gojo says, Kakashi, I know you're in the closet. Just, I don't really care if you keep reading those books. Because, well, my team already passed to being tuning to Jonin rank. So, other than that, I really don't care. But I just came here to take your your bank info and any food that, well, food that my team decides to grab from any store, it would just send to your bill into your bank, right? You can pay it off. Bye. This is where Kakashi like open his closet and sees Gojo gone. He's like, no, Gojo, don't. This is where he realized, fuck. Well, back to go reading my book. He does it in sadness. But yeah, this is where, well, Naruto kind of ate a lot because he needed to restore his strength after summoning that much things. But yeah, this is where, well, Naruto wasn't eating ramen. He was eating at some place, and people did call him the hero. Also call him the dragon tamer because he had the dragon summoning. But yeah, hero, dragon tamer, this, that, and other things. People don't see him as the demon. They see him as the dragon tamer. The only one to dragon tame anything. But yeah, this is where, well, people are kind of congratulating Naruto and other things and becoming, well, a ninja, Jonin, or whatever. People don't actually get the information yet, but yeah. They're just guessing that Naruto probably became a Jonin after defeating the Shikaku, the Sand Village, and even Sound Village. This is where, well, Harusen says, hey Jiraiya, it's finally time you woke up. After your long sleep of falling down from the Gamapunta and kind of cracking your head and going to sleep for another couple days. This is where Jiraiya says, yeah, I know. Well, Jiraiya, I have a mission for you. Huh? You are going to go find Tsunade with Naruto. And you cannot tell Naruto anything because he's already Jonin rank. Huh? How? You idiot. Oh yeah, I forgot you passed out before even seeing the dragons. No, I saw the dragons. Wait, he can summon out dragons? Yup. And those dragons are the same height as Kurama. As the, well, not Kurama, as the Nine-Tails. So yeah. Also, Harusen there already talked to the Raikage about an alliance, but yeah. Mostly the Raikage talked about alliance and a marriage. Samui with the boy who was able to dragon tame. So yeah. Because that's what multiple people call it now. So yeah. This is where Harusen sighs and says, yeah, sure. She probably gonna have to wait in line with the other girls, but yeah. But yeah, other than that, yeah. This is where, well, Jiraiya says, I must get ready. Yeah, I'll be talking to Naruto later about his parents, but yeah. This is where Jiraiya says, no, let me talk to him about his parents. This is where Harusen says, he's already reached Chunin. I was going to tell him when he reached Chunin, but he's already that strong, so of course I'm telling him about his parents now. I don't care about you, Jiraiya, because I don't think he's going to listen to you. Or even give a shit about you half the damn time. He did kick the shit out of you about a week ago, so I mean, I don't think he's going to care. But other than that, yeah. This is where Jiraiya says, oh, make him care. This is where Jiraiya went to walk off, but this is where Harusen sighs and says, idiot. This is where I'm going to leave it off for part 7 of What If Naruto was the reincarnation of 3 webtoon characters. So yeah, I'm going to leave it off here for part 7. For part 8, it will come out whenever. But yeah, other than that, bye-bye, potato, and bye. And I gotta go eat something. Bye.